Thank you for joining me at High Priestess Healer. My name is Angela, for those who don't know me and are here for the first time. And for those coming back, hi, and thank you for being here. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate, joining me and giving me the chance to, we're going to do something, a chance to give you some gems that will bring bring more glow, more joy to your lifestyle, to your life in general. So no, it's not easy, you don't have all the answers, you wouldn't be here. So you might find some here, and just take what resonates. Roles and energy can change. So, just whatever your intuition says, yes, that's for me, or oh, I have a better understanding now, so I'm going to change my perspective or something. So these are they're the chakra heart ones. They are tarot. What are they called? The psychic tarot for the heart. That's these. That's what I'm reading right now. I thought we would use these because it can find out about chakras at the same time that we find out about what's going on, and it does have an actual word on there, so you, the viewer, can see, and it makes a little more sense when you guys can see and not just, and get an interpretation that may or may not be right. But again, what we say is going to be ask your higher selves to be here and to help you to understand, which messages are for you, and then to help have you integrate them, okay? So you can implement them and start, taking steps towards a better lifestyle, a better way of being that causes you more happiness. So going within, 9, you're going within so you want to become a whole person. You're looking for, freedom and peace and harmony and seeking out all the beautiful and lovely things on earth, showing appreciation and really just enjoying yourself. So I really like that for you because I'm always saying to you, focus on the present moment. And it's really hard to do that, but if you've been practicing, it shows, because it is a 9. I don't know exactly what it says. I'm going to have to go and read it, but remember I told you guys we're going to be leaders. Here you are. And so you're probably meditating in here and saying, okay, I've learned some things, and now I should teach them. In what manner can I teach them, and to whom? So you wait for people to come to help you, and people to come, and also other of your soul tribe to come to you and help you. But this is a big leadership role, whatever this is, okay? It's a big calling, a big advancement, really being asked to step up right now, and take back your power, and it's time to take action, so whatever you're asked, just whatever you want to know that you need to do, just ask, in prayer and meditation, and you'll be told when you need to know, okay? You may have gotten a new job. You may be meditating about somebody in the lead, like an emperor type of vibe, which would be Aries. 4 is stable, so maybe you're meditating on your stability. You're already stable, but perhaps you are meditating on, your heart's desires and your goals and dreams, and maybe you're not sure how to make things happen at this moment, and maybe you growing a little impatient, you know, to gain the next step that you should take. But you're doing good, and you're exactly where you need to be. Okay. Just wait for the sign, you know, and you will know when it's time, is what they say. Just wait for the sign. Okay. And you'll know what you need to do. If you have some kind of question, that's, I'm so sorry, that's just the answer, you know, it's in divine timing. Keep praying and meditating so that you can stay, you know, connected to source. If you want to get, you know, if you want to know when the time is, just when is that time, well, stay connected, and you'll surely know as soon as, you know, they're ready. But you got to have, you know, no distractions, not no distractions, but you got to be able to be connected and not too distracted to where you can't, you know, hear the spirit realm. You know, you let your claircognizance wane. So now is the time to work really hard at all the gifts that's been coming to you, right? Like the claircognizance, right? That's how you're going to gain your knowledge, and your gut feeling comes from a knowing. And so when you know something, you know, it's a gut instinct to know that it's true. And so when you have that kind of experience, there's no doubts about it. There's no, you know, thinking about it. You know what you know, and you can't unknow what you know. Okay? So I think I've said that 2 times, and that doesn't come from me. These are channeled messages. So below you, you have had some successes and growth. You know, you've had success and growth. I guess that's good, because, you know, most of my readings is like forgiving and learning, and, you know, have, you know, better conversations, or close conversations, or, you know, just people in scarcity mode when it comes to money or love. So to see this guy, you know, bossed up a little bit more, starting to learn how to make things grow, how to be a manifester, right? So that he can take the lead of his own life and make sound decisions, and straight and solid steps towards his destiny. Sounds like you're working on your destiny, where you want to go, what you want to be, and of all the beautiful things that are growing, right? It looks like he is very much in his mind. And this is a, you know, crown chakra with the purple in it. So he's just thinking about all the blessings that, you know, he has. And so it's like you're seeking blessings, and so you're wanting to know what you're due. And then you don't know how to do it, but then you get the notion, okay, I know what to do now. I know where to go. I know how to make this grow now, because you got the claircognizance information that told you where to go and what to do when, you know. So in the meanwhile, you just continue to be in the present moment and connect, right, to source. Make sure that you speak up and defend yourself, but you know, not to do so, you know, with hostility. If you have hostilities, you know, within you, then that's something we need to work on, okay? You know, everybody deals with, you know, everything that, you know, your shadows are everybody else's shadows. They've had to go through them at different times than you. You've gone through them at different times than other people, and so you got to take that into consideration, you know, with your partner or your future partner, and people around you, you know. So we're all on different levels, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and we just need to put ourselves in people's shoes and try to take that into account as we're interacting with them, okay? So that we don't act, you know, out of a hostile environment. We need to focus more, you know, inward, and if you have some kind of hurt or pain, let it come out as hurt or pain, and discuss things calmly, you know, and from the heart, not, you know, blow up and And then there's, you know, fights and divorces and third parties and all that. But this is a good spread. So you previously took a leap of faith is what I'm seeing. You were in sadness and isolation mode for a very, very long time. Let's see, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, and you just decided one day, you know what, I'm not going to be afraid anymore. He's in this stance, right? Like, I'm very afraid. I don't know what to do, you know, type of a person, you know. But they know, you know, they probably were, since they were, you know, sad and in isolation, if they got to the point where they were like, okay, I'm done being sad and I'm done with this isolation. Like, I have to free myself to what makes me happy. And she's like, I'm going for it, you know, whatever it is that made you sad or isolated, you know, it's time to have a breakthrough and see yourself in a brighter light. Okay, you're glowing, you're growing, and it's time to take a leap of faith and to, they say, like, to, like, celebrate some of the things that, you know, any kind of movement, any kind of progress, that is what I meant. Let's see here. They saying that it was because, as like I was saying about the self-expression, or, you know, speaking up for yourself. You know, it's like now you're defending yourself and you're speaking up. There's good self-expression. It talks about growth also. I'd say this is not just growth. This is a quantum leap. Okay, that's the epitome of growth. This is expanding. He went from small to large. He or she went from small to elongated. Okay, so there's growth, you know, which we just saw. There was growth there. Better communication, expanding, you know, your knowledge. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to take that leap if you didn't have it. Escalating and taking action. So it's nice that you guys went from sad and isolation to taking action, quantum leaps and growth, and really working on that fifth chakra, because we always kept getting that fifth chakra, right, for collective and not being able to communicate better. But this is the second video that I see that, you know, there was some kind of agreement last time. Okay, so let's work on, we've pinpointed it. Some of it's, you know, some of the issues regarding your relationships, probably because you're not having good communication. But it looks like, you know, you guys have worked on that. And let's see what's going on above you, or your strength, or that was something that previously happened. Okay, that was like, okay, we're done with that, you know, way of being, because, you know, we're at odds, you know, and it's not a nice place to be. It's like lonely, cold, just dreary, you know, type of a place. You know, like if you go, you know, you're like, I don't even know how to say it, like, just like he's in his little ball, you know. It could be like, just like overwhelmed, you know, and then just deciding, okay, I'm going to delegate some of my work to other people so that I can leap, and, you know, and everything I have to hold doesn't fall out. So sometimes in order to get out of this sadness and isolations, we have to let people help us, okay? And so, you know, that way you can have that leap you need, and you can come and shine the way you need to shine in this world. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to try and focus here. Spirits, angels, and guides, please be here with us. Oh, thank you for the cards and for these as well. So, clarity and belief. Right now you have become new. you've gone through the hermit mode, and, you know, you took your leap of faith, you know, and you're like, okay, from zero the full to new beginning, you know. So now your life is no longer the same. You're a changed being. You once were one way, and now you're another way. So let's see if we can figure out what ways you're the same and what ways you're different. So I see that you love yourself, you know. Maybe you were trying to before, but you didn't know how. You didn't know what that looked like, or it took long, or people were trying to tear you down while you were trying to build yourself up, or you just did denial and didn't believe it, or, you know, just old programming in there, or just self-sabotage. And, you know, I've told you guys, and I told you guys, and I told you guys, you know, don't do the self-sabotaging, you know, and tell yourself the truth, the opposite of whatever you're saying, okay? And continue. This is not like, ooh, we've, you know, ascended to, you know, a great level, because we have here that love abounds. So that's within and around, I imagine, you know. And so, you know, now you're an extension of love. Now you can give love. This is where I wanted you guys to be. I wanted you to be, you know, your own creators, you know, and looks like you're creating a place where there's no longer confusion. The dust is settled. See around him, where he sees clearly, and he also gives clearly. His talents, his love. So then we have above your environment, and it looks like you might be a little bit too much in your brain. Well, first of all, I want to say your immediate future is that you're feeling alone. So I don't know how you went from sad and isolated to feeling alone. I guess once you jump and, you know, you start in something new, and you're like a new person, you know, it's like, ooh, okay, so what do I do? How do I do this? Where do I go? Okay, and then you have to do it over and over until you get down your new routine of your life, that because now it's changed because you're a different person. So you may do things differently, or go a different way, or go different about it. And just to, you know, watch yourself like she's watching. Watch your words, watch your actions, and see. And then you can see, you know, what things have changed and what things haven't, you know, when you took this leap from isolation and sadness over to clarity and belief with one leap. I say that you landed exactly where you needed to be, and that's the way it is. They're telling me to tell you that. And when you take a leap of faith and you're asked and prompted to do something, you will have somebody catch you in there on the end, and it's going to be better than you thought that it would. Spread your wings. Okay, so, you know, you're scared to spread your wings. You really want, some are really excited, and some are still like, I think, scared, you know. Either way, you know, you'll end up shining your bright light. You know, that's what we're here for. And doing whatever it is that you do uniquely you. Like everybody has unique talents and gifts. And that adds to, you know, humanity and the world. So we all just need to focus on the new, okay? Not, well, what's wrong with the world? I mean, yeah, some people have to do that. But, you know, people, at least on here, we're going to be worrying about how can we build the new? How can we build the new earth? Okay, there's other people with this, you know, doing other things to destroy, you know, things that don't, you know, aren't conducive with harmony and peace and unity and fairness and honesty, right? This, you know, channel is going to be people that have strength, or, you know, they have a gift of healing, or, you know, some kind of gift that they need help with. You know, and I am a mentor, so I could help you through it if you, you know, need development, and have development courses. And, you know, if you feel too that things are way too overwhelmed for you, then, you know, you can always sign up for a Reiki cleansing meditation session with me, and that will make you feel a lot lighter and better, open chakras, to where you can, you know, have better alignment and hear better. Because if you don't hear, he keeps saying, I keep hearing him say, you know, you won't hear, and then you can't spread your wings. They need you to spread your wings, but it's still upside down. So there's still a little bit of work to do, but you're almost ready. And almost ready. There's just a little bit of fear. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I think you're waiting for something, and you're like, I'm ready, but it's not there yet, you know, but it's coming, and you see it, and it's beautiful, and there's something there. I don't know. See, it's twinkly. She's like, I'm ready. And there's like this twinkly star. Some kind of galactic looking stuff there, huh? But, I guess somebody is maybe not feeling like they're ready. And then, you know, as soon as you get over whatever this hump is here on number 8, then you can step out, and it's going to feel uncomfortable, right? Because this feeling alone is going to, you know, you're going to be, it's going to feel that way, but you're not. And you already know that if you've been on my channel. Okay, it's just going to feel that way because you don't know how to do things, you know, yet that are consistent. Now you're working on the consistency. You took the leap, you made some changes, you grew, you know, you became the person who you wanted to be. And you should, you know, not feel alone in that. You know, find your tribe, or ask your tribe to come around. And, you know, you just may find your tribe, or somebody who wants to be in a equal give and take relationship, or have one if you haven't had that before, you know. And, because it looks like you might have been in this sadness and isolation place before, and wanting to get out and wanting to change your life, seeing a lot of growth, quantum leaps, you know, and your heart chakra are open as much as it can, and you're almost ready, and you've said that you're ready, but there's still a little bit of fear of being on your own and the uncertainty, but, you know, you're waiting for your tribe, and you'll know who they are, and then you're going to have your joy and stability. So I can't get any better than that as far as the story goes, for you people who like to use the tarot cards. Let's see, one thing that I could do with this is look up, let me see. I have the book right here. There it is. Let me see what this 8 is. Not quite sure. Master, influence, accept, compassion, patience, confide. Okay. So once you accept something, then you're gonna be ready. Then you're going to be ready this way. I'm going to leave it there. You know, even if you have to do this alone, they're saying, you know, I know, they're just bringing me back to this, feel alone. Go and do wherever you want to go and do. Even if it feels uncomfortable, it's time to get out of your comfort zone so you can do something new. You know, go and do something that, you know, they're talking about goals and dreams, right? Why? Because there's joy there, stability there. Anywhere that makes you feel happy and joyful, you can pretty much know that you're on your right path, your north node. In order to flourish, relationships must be fluid and free rather than overly rigid and controlled by emotional neediness or insecurity. It's important to master your emotions so that they do not rule the relationship. A partnership based solely on emotion is out of balance and out of control. Self control is the key here. Act from a combination of emotions and intellect. Very good. Heart and mind. And your relationship will thrive and grow, right? Not just strive, but thrive. Be sure that your influence is gentle and loving. What we've been talking about, right? Being more gentle, being more patient and loving with ourselves, and tender and loving. Be sure that your influence is gentle and loving. This is not the time for domination. Definitely not. I like that. This card asks you to accept another person's uniqueness and to not require that person to conform to a mold of your choosing just to make you feel more comfortable. This card also serves as a reminder to come from compassion and understanding. If you can't come from compassion and understanding, then you have no relationship. Rather than anger or frustration, it just doesn't work. Now is the time for patience, take your time, steadiness, and clear thinking, which we're lucky that we have the clarity and belief, right? So now you can take the hat off, so that you can get the influx of, the Holy Spirit through you, prompting you, helping you. And, you don't need to be controlling in the relationship, neither one of you, okay? So just take a step back, and try and understand them from their point of view, okay? And just try and show some compassion and love, okay? Because we're trying to do that, instead of the fear and the anger and hurting. This is also a good time to physically retreat, okay? And that was the first thing that we had, was the seek when she was meditating, right? So I think that's a big message there, to physically retreat from your busy life and relationships. Attending a spiritual retreat would be optimal, yes. However, simply finding some time for solitude and introspection can be just as beneficial. Yes, it can. Take a walk in nature, quiet your mind, and listen for messages from the birds and the trees. Give yourself the gift of daily 5 minutes meditation. Pull a card from the deck and sit with the card's image, seeking its deeper meanings for you about what role relationships play in your life. You may feel that you need assistance in your quest for greater understanding regarding what you need in a relationship, or even how to handle a specific relationship. Find a guide or mentor who is knowledgeable in the matters of the heart and converse with that person. Affirmation: I take time for solitude and introspection. Okay, so yeah, this is your hermit card. So you're still in a hermit mode, but you're more accepting, made decisions, and offering yourself to the world. And while you felt alone for 2 seconds, you're just in the nick of time. Your soul family shows up, okay, and brings exactly what you planned to do, right, when you were here. You want it, you got it. You want it, you got it. You want it, you got it, right? Good job. I'm so proud of you guys. Okay, so let's leave that as it is. Let's see, 29. Let's see if we get anything else over here. I'm not sure what y'all would want at the moment. Okay, I'm gonna use these cards here. This is from the Soul deck, Soul Evolution deck, I think. And this can give us an indication of what we need to work on. So you're working on through fear, right? And that's why the one was upside down that we just put back. You know, because there was still a little bit of fear there, right? And I said, you know, during the meditation time when I saw the two blurred, I said, this person wants, some freedom. So you're working on freedom and to get out of fear. So fear, you're working on freedom from fear. Freedom from fear is what I got. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Not only, do you have the free will, but it is your responsibility, okay? As an adult, no matter what happened to you when you were younger, okay? But be gentle and loving and compassionate with yourself still, and work through those fears that, you feel come up from time to time. Write them down, work through them. Don't just, shove them back underneath, back in your heart or back in your subconscious. Fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So it's either, love or, fear. Death. So there must be some kind of ending going on. But remember, every ending is a new beginning, okay? So like the person who took the leap, they're like, I'm out of here. I'm done with feeling all this sadness and loneliness and isolation, and I'm just gonna take a leap, right? And that person jumped right into clarity, and left their old self behind, the one that was there that was scared and in a ball, and she just jumped, and now she's different. She doesn't have fear. She's free of fear. So just remember that I am learning that endings are merely beginnings, right? So if something's ending, then something's going to begin. I just like to see what's on the bottom of the decks when I'm shuffling them, and then what comes out, when the poppers that come out. And oftentimes they are the bottom of the deck ones, so to me it's just like double confirmation, that was a very important card. It usually happens. Not always, obviously, but spirits, angels, and guides. Creator, Mother Goddess, angels and ancestors, please be with us, the higher selves of those who are going to be watching this video, and let us know what it is that they should be working on, or congratulate them on something that they have recently learned, okay? I know I felt the fear, though, from that card that was, in isolation and stuff like that. It was very saddening in the heart space and cold and dreary. So I'm really, really glad that, you guys decided that fear was not going to take over you anymore, and you took, your power back. So congratulations. So forgiveness, growth, success, and trust. Forgiveness. So forgive. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Okay, so what you want to do is to have a heart space that's open. But if there's something that you don't forgive, or some kind of hostility, then obviously it can harbor, if you're any kind of harboring any resentment, it can block the flow of love, even to yourself. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Yeah, we're like, yeah, that's where it's at. Yeah. All that stuff you keep someone keeps telling you. You're like, oh yeah, I'm putting it into practice. It's working. Yeah. Start listening to some people who are trying to help you better your life, learning things, like manifesting and putting boundaries, and you're living with joy and living in the moment. And they're processes, you know, and sometimes there's grief in there, that and unforgiveness that can take very long to get through. But I see that there was exponential growth. And so this forgiveness issue is not is no longer any obstacle. They say obstacle because this has always been the obstacle to wherever it is you were trying to go and get to with the joy and the stability. Success, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Wow, that's beautiful. So it's like, you know, all I ever wanted was love, you know. So I'm going to forgive everybody who hurt me, and I'm going to, you know, put out into the world love into those people, you know, or try to make amends, and, you know, be love, be loving. That's the kind of person I want to be. And if that's what you want to be, is a good person with strength and integrity, right? Then here you go. Forgiveness. Work on growth in all areas and balance, and you will succeed. I like those. And lastly, it says trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So even while you may not understand, you know, what your inner voice is telling you, or not that you don't understand it, but that you don't see why, or like you just don't understand it. Yeah, I guess is what I can say. And, you know, logically it doesn't make sense to you. They're saying, okay, I know that, and I know sometimes you're going to go through that, but you still have to just trust me. You know, do you trust me? Is what your soul is calling out to you and asking you? Do you trust me? And the day that you answer back with yes, then you don't have to worry about anything. You know that you can forgive because you want love and want to be loving. And you know it's going to take a little time, but I'm going to nurture it so it grows, because I want to have success in everything that I want to do, all those goals that I was seeking or meditating on in the beginning, right? Okay, well, I like that. Let's see what else might be going on with you guys. Boundaries and transformation. See, so now I wanted to pull out cards with words, because I know you hear me talk. Let's let the cards talk, because they have words on them. So this backs me up. You've had a major quantum leap, right? Transformation. And that's because, you know, you sat in a space meditating on those things spiritual and wanting to gain enlightenment. See over her head? And you set new boundaries so that you can become a new person, and that fire singed all that was old. Okay, so now you became a new person. That's beautiful. You are transformed. You are a butterfly. I really like that for you guys too as well. And let's see. Oh, there's that courage, just like from yesterday, bottom of the deck. What's on the top of the deck? Fertility. Yes, you're feeling like the Nine of Cups in your own skin, feeling very authentic, you know, very fruitful, very abundant, and yeah, just self-made. Middle of the deck, good luck. All right, so some good luck is coming your way. If you thought it wasn't, it is. Let's see. Here's a few. I don't know if they're the relationship cards or if they're the geometric shapes, but let's see what's in here. For the collective, please show me all the cards that I need to see. Okay, so here we got freedom. Oh my goodness. I already said that. Okay, I channeled that message. It didn't say on that card, you know, or did it? Freedom that I know of. Or maybe it did. Maybe it surely did. Anyhow, right now, a lot of my listeners here are working on freedom And I don't blame you. And I'm really glad that you're finally doing that, you know, because it's been long overdue, you know, that you work on freeing yourself from fear, freeing yourself from a toxic relationship, freeing yourself from, you know, blame and shame and guilt, you know, whatever. The energy of freedom supports our senses of limitless possibilities and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. Bold, big, right? Go big or go home, one or the other, okay? So let me just see in this energy right here. Yeah, it feels like I'm ready to go big. Feels like I have compassion, but I have a goal, and I am gonna, you know, reach these goals. I've got these plans, but I need more space to do it. So you want to expand your consciousness. You want to expand the way that, you know, can allow for more to enter in by forgiving and having the heart space open, and then becoming, you know, a person who doesn't where there's limitless possibilities and potential, you know. And so it's not like the scarcity mode that we talked about that had been going on. Okay, let's see, bottom of the deck, presence. 3 + 2 is 5. This was a 21, so 3. Let's see. Yeah, but so besides 5 for change, there can be uncertainty, freedom, upheaval, or catalyst. So there might be something that happens that becomes a catalyst to, you know, help you get a push through this whole forgiveness stage and onto, you know, love, you know, because on the other side is the joy that you want, okay? So there might be some upheaval, you know, like a tower moment, but it's needed in order to gain the best blessings, okay? The energy of presence supports our ability to focus our full attention and stay in the here and now. That was like the first thing I said when I got on here. That was like the first channeled message. Stay in the presence. And that's how you guys grew. So congratulations for that, you know. You guys grew by learning to live in the present moment, okay? So you knew that that's, you know, what would set you free. You knew that that's what could help you to bring about change, you know, because what you're doing today is going to sculpt your tomorrow, you know. So just know that that tower is a catalyst for that quantum leap. If you just went through one, or if you continue, you know, whenever you do have those moments, know that they're catalysts to get you to more joy and peace, okay? And don't ball up, you know, and like the isolate yourself and go in a downward spiral. So speak up for yourself, be authentic. You know, you could be receiving a message, a call, and balance. Looks like the collective is still working on some balance. That's why there's still a little bit of fear, right? But we're getting through that, and as soon as we do, we're ready. And then joy is right around the corner. Top of the deck, a soul. Wow, that's a beautiful card. The energy of soul activates our connection to the part of us that is closer to the higher realms, God, or the divine. Wow. So we need to really focus in on our soul and how we feel inside, and try that connection. Try to connect. right? So you can hear, you know, and the soul, it says, you know, it activates our connection, our soul, to the part of us that is closer to the higher realms, to God and divine. That's where I would want to get my information if I was going to take a quantum leap. So follow your intuition on that. Proud of you for doing that, because it really took a leap of faith. Let's see if there's any messages here from your spirit guides, or angels. Or ancestors. Usually that seems what's been coming through. So we ask, you know, for the spirit guides and the ancestors to please come forth, of those who are here watching, and show us the message that you would have us know. Thank you. Show us the message that you would have us know. Okay, one, and I'll take another. That's fine. You can take two in the bottom of the deck. So this is what they want you to look like. Multi-dimensional, highly evolved, high vibrating, very much in the flow, loving, heart and mind coherent, very integrated with the male and the female characteristics, and, you know, ready for his soulmate, his or her soulmate. And they can, you know, you should be able to feel what that feels like when you're in that person's presence, so you'll know. And then I got some here. This one came out first, and this one's second. Why are you coming out upside down? So just that there's a little bit of distractions, okay? Not to give in when, you know, somebody is trying to control you, or manipulate you or anything, you know, just, you know, don't be quick to anger. If you're quick to anger, you know, express the pain, not the anger. And don't use so much, you know, the eyesight. You know, feel with your energy. What is that person saying? Sometimes they say things and mean another, but if you feel their energy, then you can feel what they're feeling, and get to know what the truth is of the matter, right? Your spirit guides are around you, around the clock. Even when you don't think they are there. They are watching you. They love you. I've got, you know, both the male and the female guides or ancestors. So they're both proud of you, and they're very, very glad that the information that's being poured out is being received well. It's being received well, but mainly the masculines are saying. So whatever is going on with the masculines, they're saying, great job, you know. And actually they're saying it for the feminines as well. It's like, this really is starting to feel good. The vibe is starting to feel good and better. You're growing, right? You're more loving. You're not as hot-headed or, you know, defensive or whatever it is. So you're learning how to love a true soulmate, whether you're with them or going to be in union with them soon, as we talked about from our last video that we had. So let's see. I have this one called the Dark Mirror. let's see if what shadows there are, okay? And your shadow side, and maybe we'll be able to help you here with this shadow. Blinded to pain, 13 or 4. Queen of my world, 24 or 6. So I think this people who are here, they're like, no, I'm used to this. This is fine. Everything's okay. They're in denial. You know, yeah, sure. I'm yeah. You know, of course I'm happy. Of course I like this way. And then you take off your blinders and you're like, well, there are a few things I want to change about my life. You know, I need to be more me. What is that? Sit with that and see what that looks like, and then make that happen. Because this one took off with it, quantum leaps. And she's like, I am queen of my world. This is me. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. You know, it's like a queen of fire to me, queen of wands. So blinded or pinned. Okay, so seek that help, right? Seek that help. Hiding your true self, right? Alone in the world, that's 2 times. In the immediate past, we had alone in the world too. All right, let's see what comes out. We'll read one of these. So whomever this is for, I'm bringing out some of the dark side of the mirror. Is what it's called. Dark mirror. So this is just like a part of the shadow self that needs to be healed. So I figure, why not? I've never used this deck. I've always wanted to. Let's do it. Okay. So I got 10. So something is ending. Like almost dead and dying, you know, like hopeless. Something is going down. It looks like. Like, I need a drop of vampire blood to live. You know? And there's no vampires. And then it says, I don't even know what this says. Perchance to dream. Number 10. Also, if you put them together. So, there's several things ending in your life right now. Here's the 2 cards. Several things are ending and dying, so there has to be new beginnings, okay? Let's see what this says here. So for colorless angel, this is a state of denial. So whatever it was that you were denying, that's the stage. So there's 1 of 6 stages, and that's going to be, let's see which number. Denial is 1. So you still have to get to 6. You see what I'm saying? So you went from, you know, number 1 in denial stage to number 5, acceptance. You were having problem accepting. You know, we saw that through the chakra cards. Now that you accept yourself and you want to be yourself and you want to, you know, make your life different, and you're going to pass through the fear, you know, with courage, you know, that you've built up inside you and those around you, and you're done. You're not going to be living like this anymore. You're tired of feeling sick and tired and lonely and sad and isolated. You know, you need a change. You need one, okay? So denial. In this stage, we try to numb our emotions to pain. We're refusing to accept the event which brought on the feelings. We try to delude ourselves that it didn't happen, or that what happened can be turned around. Then the stages are anger, bargain, depression, and then acceptance. So as you could see in the other one with the Celtic cross, previously, in the immediate past, we had depression. That was stage 4. You worked through that, bam, and then you went on to acceptance and you did your quantum leap. So, wow, I just can't get it out of my head how amazing that is. Acceptance is, I want you to know what that means. It says, ultimately, even our self-destructive efforts will fail. Rather than destroy ourselves, we somehow digest these emotions and make them part of our being. We allow sadness in, and by being sad, we express our grief and move forward. So yeah, that's a really beautiful thing. You are allowed to have grief. You are allowed to heal. So please, please do that. Grief is, you know, a place of, you know, pain, and we want you to learn how to feel love and joy. Okay. So this one also says, it says, we can, wait, a dork, okay, so he's expressionless, okay? It says, we can be Michael and Angel and Archangel while he waits, bored and motionless. What does it say down here? There's a lot of darkness when we make the habit of going gray. We numb our senses with a fog of delay, and then we just indifferent to the fog herself. I'm here, we whisper, and if by a very tiny chance someone notices and replies and asks who's there, we become shy and we stay silent a little more. You cannot be saved unless you face the dragon, and the dragon hurts. Of course it does. So this is asking you to face your fears with courage. Okay, help you get yourself back up on the where you want to go, where you want to be, where you're trying to get to, where you're growing and growing leaps and bounds, and the joy and stability is around the corner, right? So keep moving forward, okay? Keep moving forward. Be your own hero. All right? It is better not to feel rather than feel pain. That's what this one says. I'll just numb myself. You know, there may do some bad habits or delays that come along with that. 28 is this the second one. That also, my friends, is a state of denial. So it looks like I am still talking to a lot of people who are in denial, and that's okay. You're at that stage. You know, we talked earlier about people who took the leap, and they've made their strategies and their plans, and they know what they want to do and where they want to go. It's okay that you're still waking up. It's okay that you're still recovering. Okay, it's okay that you're still, you know, in denial. But like they said in this book, you know, we need to try, you know, we try to numb our emotions of the pain, refusing to accept the event which brought on the feelings. We try to delude ourselves that it didn't happen, or that what happened can be turned around. So the next one's going to be denial. But this is another grieving position here. So we need to get you guys onto enough anger that will be not destructive, but that will get you onto bargain, depression, and acceptance, okay? Expressing your grief and moving on. You allow their sadness. So this one says, it's a new phase moon. If I sleep long enough, when I wake up, the pain will have gone. That's denial. So it's time to surrender. Go sentenced to die, to sleep. Merchant to dream, or like I said, something is dying. And both of those, they're dying, and they're both tens. Two things are stopping. You're stopping two things in your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, physically. Something is physically ending, is what I hear. So take it as it resonates. The visual seed, whatever that means. A crowned naked man is reclining, his eyes closed and his body dissolving in the wind. Another man holds him gently. Behind them, a circle of brass risen by the silvery thread. Okay, thanks. Going dark. It's the time to surrender, to drown, to dive in head first in the cozy, all-enveloping darkness of the blanket. It is a moment of weakness, a desire to close your eyes and surrender just for one moment. 1 second, 1 minute. Not like a hero fighting the world, but like a kid, just welcoming the darkness outside within fully. How long will that moment last? A minute? We can say just a minute, but it's not true. Disappearing is but an instant, just the time to take a breath twice. And yet, it can take ages. Ages we will regret. Ages that we will have lost, like stolen by our own surrendering. And yet we close our eyes. We let one sense after the other slow down to nothing. Sight first, then hearing, and smell, and touch. The comforting hand we all deserve to hold us up when we have done enough and we just cannot but let it go. So there is a lot of people that need our help. Okay, so us healers can help healers and we can help each other heal. But there's some endings here and there's some sadness here. You're transforming, very much so. We got that card and you're becoming a different person. So I think you're dying to your old self, of denial. And so don't, be but don't be frightened if you, go through anger, okay? Because if you know if you know how to get through these steps, it can shorten your time, okay? That you grieve, because it's a really painful place to be in. But after that is anger, becoming numb. Are any of these anger? I think they're both denial. And then you start to learn to cope with it, and you learn your coping mechanisms, right? Meditating, journaling, walks in the park, but then you get depressed because you feel like bargaining is doomed to fail. We take all of our emotions inside, bringing them in the darkest cave of our heart. We let them fester and we hide them from the outside, letting them gnaw at our inside. And we bring out a mask of indifference. Okay? So now it's time to take off the mask. Let the depression go, the anger go, the resentment go. Forgive and accept. Okay? This is how the other people did their leap. They accepted. Again, I'll read it. Ultimately, even our self-destructive efforts will fail. Rather than destroy ourselves, we somehow digest these emotions and make them part of our being. We allow sadness in, and by being sad, we express our grief and move forward. Okay? So, I thank you for being here with me. I hope you've enjoyed some of these decks. Put it in the comments below if you liked the decks or which decks you liked. And, if any of this fit your story or helped you in any way. Also, please, at this moment, take a second to hit that like button for me and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I have a lofty goal that I'm trying to get to within a month. I do monthly personal readings. So if you want to enter that, just put your name in the comments down below, and I'll let you know who wins at the end. Okay. And I'll let you know that I did receive your comments and entered you in. So, High Priestess Healer at yahoo.com. That is where you can reach me. And you can find me here on this channel. And if the things that you need to know will be down in the description box. I'm proud of you, collective. Very, very proud of you. Divine masculines and feminines have done some amazing work from like night to day, just like I told you would happen. You'd be like, wake up and be a different person. So waking up feels good, right? You got clarity of thought. You're connected. You know where to go, what to do. You know what you want. You know how to get there. You're determined, right? You've got self-discipline. You're making your life happen how you want it to. So, what a beautiful feeling. What a beautiful reading. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.